Welcome back to Good Morning Quad Cities at 11. I'm joined by Rob Dennis now from the Seal Family Legacy to talk a little bit more about the nonprofit, and you guys have some events coming up. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
So you guys are relatively a new nonprofit. So why don't you describe a little bit about what your mission is and who you are?
Okay, so like you said, we're Seal Family Legacy, and our primary mission is to work with Gold Star families that have children under the age of 18. Now, one thing that we have to understand is that there's a lot of people within the community that don't know what a Gold Star family is. So a Gold Star family ultimately is somebody or family that lost somebody while on active duty. So it could have been a training accident, it could have been something overseas, anything at all that while on active duty. Our primary mission is to ensure that we look out for the Gold Star families that have children under the age of 18, because we feel that that's probably one of the most overlooked and forgotten segments.
So obviously at one point in time you guys looked at these children and realized there's a need there. What sort of needs did you identify, and how are you helping with that?
Well, you don't have much of a community that has interactions when it comes to that can relate to each other and understand the things that they went through. And we are trying to build a community that will foster that relationship for these young children that, like I said, under the age of 18, and it's something that can build and grow and get the community larger so that they have somebody that can relate to a similar experience.
So this is such an important thing. Talk about who is involved in this mission.
Okay. So right now our board consists of 6 people, and we are looking for volunteers to help out because we are currently overextending ourselves, to say the least. We're trying to get to as many events as possible to raise awareness. So we have events coming up all the time. We've doing events on a consistent basis. We were out at the air show last weekend. It was a great opportunity to speak with a lot of people that understand the military and with the aircraft that are there. And
well, and you were talking about how you guys have a lot of events, and you have one that's coming up. Talk a little bit about that.
So our next major event that's coming up is our annual gala, and that is July 14th, which we have a fantastic lineup for the gala. Guest speaker this year is going to be Brian Anderson, and he was a triple amputee in Iraq. He's actually been to this community before and did something with St. Ambrose when we were trying to forge relationships with veteran community there. And phenomenal speaker. He brings a lot of inspiration.
Well, so within, you're talking about supporting these children and these families, and you're raising money. What sort of things are purchased or given to them, and how is this?
So for the families, our primary goal is to ensure that we have a $20,000 donation to each family that we sponsor, to have our Legacy Buddies program come together, which is what I was speaking of earlier, with forming the network of children under 18 so they have people with like circumstances to talk to and communicate with, because that's going to help them tremendously to have the ability to talk to somebody that understands. So,
that's amazing. I bet you that's got to be emotional almost when you're riding through there. That's got to be awesome.
I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. So.
Oh my gosh. Well, Rob, thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll make sure we get all this information on our website, wqad.com.